Hi third graders, welcome to your math lesson. As you can see on the screen again, we have the 9 times tables because you are going to recite these to me on Friday, so be ready for that. Like I said, you already know like your 2s, your 3s, your 4s, your 5s, your 6s, your 7s, and your 8s, or so you should. 9 times 9 is pretty easy because it's kind of like 9 plus 9, but it's switched. It's 81. 9 plus 9 is 18, but 9 times 9 is 81. So they switch it around. I don't know if you noticed, but they kind of switch numbers around here too. So for like 2 times 9, it's 18. But when you look at 9 times 9, it's 81. So it's switched, the 18 and the 81. 3 times 9 is 27, okay, but 8 times 9 is 72. So the numbers again are switched. 4 times 9 is 36, but 7 times 9 is 63. So the numbers switch. So you see that pattern? They're kind of using just the same numbers over and over again. That's what I noticed with the 9s. Just like how yesterday I told you there's a lot of patterns to decipher here, this was a lot of level 4 thinking where you had to look for those patterns, okay? So before I go into the page for math, I'm going to recite all of these and you can say them with me. All right, ready? Let's start with 2 times 9. 2 times 9 equals 18. 3 times 9 equals 27. 4 times 9 equals 36. 5 times 9 equals 45. 6 times 9 equals 54. 7 times 9 equals 63. 8 times 9 equals 72. 9 times 9 equals 81. 10 times 9 equals 90. 11 times 9 equals 99. 12 times 9 equals 108. All of this to say, because on page 221, don't worry up the how much, that was for language. On page 221, you need that chart to finish all of number 1. Now, I'm not going to do number 1 with you. You can do that on your own, but you'll do it for seat work. As you can see here, it's seat work, okay? So, going back to page 221, you can always go back to the very beginning of this video for the 9 times tables chart, or if you like printed it out because I emailed them to you, you can use that all to answer number 1. Now let's move on to number 2. The population of Layla's town is 16,000. The word population means number of people living in that town. It doesn't include animals or pets or cars. It just means the number of people living in an area. So in Layla's town, there are 16,000 people. Amelia's town has 2,500 fewer people than Layla's. Now, don't make the mistake that Miss Severa made when she was in 3rd grade. So I'll say that again. Don't make the same mistake that April made when she was in 3rd grade. When April was in 3rd grade, she thought there were 2,500 people in Amelia's town. That's a small town, okay? 16,000 is a good amount of people in a town. 2,500 people is a small town. It's a scary small town. Everyone would know each other, all right? You're probably thinking, really? There's like 2,500 people. Yeah, it's small. That's probably like tiny. So in Amelia's town, it doesn't mean there's 2,500 only. It means there are 2,500 fewer. So you've got to look for that clue word. So here, I've got to subtract. First, I'll take Layla's town, and this is what you write in the box. Layla's town has 16,000. Amelia's town has 2,500 fewer. Okay, so that means I have to subtract to figure out how many people live in Amelia's town. This again, and I'll put here. I really wanted to just erase like this. Whoopsie, this right here. That's better. So you should be subtracting already. I don't have to borrow so much. 0, 0. Here I need to borrow because 0 take away 5 is impossible. So the 6 becomes a 5. The 0 becomes a 10 here. 10 take away 5 is 5. 5 take away 2 is 3. And then 1. So Amelia's town has 13,500 people. That's still pretty good. 2,500, not so good. Okay. All right. Next. What is the population of both towns altogether? Now I can add. Now I'm going to take Layla's town and Amelia's town and figure out how many people live in both their towns. I am not going to do this. Do not make the same mistake April did when she was in 3rd grade. This is not how it goes. 16,000 plus 2,500. I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't do that. Okay? Because again, Amelia's town does not have 2,500 people. Amelia's town has way more people than that. Right? Amelia's town has 13,500. And that's what you'll add. So you'll take 16,000 plus 13,500, and you will add that carefully and tell us at our Zoom meeting what you have. Because I don't need to help you add this. You know how to add this. Alrighty. Letter B. Elijah has 39 sheets of paper in his notebook. Cool. That means he used a lot, huh? Caleb has 6 times as many sheets of paper. Again, I'm going to tell you this warning, and you're going to be so tired of me telling you this warning. Do not do what Miss Severa did when she was in 3rd grade. What April did when she was back in 3rd grade was she thought Caleb had 6 pieces of paper in his notebook. Friends, what kind of notebook just has 6 pieces of paper? Right? This is where critical thinking comes in. This is where, if you really honestly think that 6 papers in a notebook is sufficient, why? Okay? Look at this notebook here. This notebook doesn't have 6 pieces of paper. Again, this notebook doesn't have 6 pieces of paper. If I needed 6 pieces of paper, I would just staple it. I don't need to staple 6 pieces of paper. That's not a book. That's not a notebook. That's not something worth buying. All right? So that's critical thinking there. Caleb does not have a notebook with 6 pieces of paper. Caleb has a notebook with 6 times as many sheets of paper. So that means we're going to multiply 6. You see that keyword? 6 times. So you're probably wondering, oh, what do we multiply then if it's 6 times? Well, let me tell you. You're going to multiply Elijah's sheets of paper, which is 39, and then multiply that to 6 times because you want to find out how many pieces of paper Caleb has. So you can try this. 9 times 6, or 6 times 9. So 6 times 9 is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. So that's 54. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 is 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Plus the extra 5, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23. So Caleb, he has 234 sheets of paper in his notebook. Who has more? Obviously Caleb. So this is Elijah, and this is Caleb. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Caleb won, all right? If there was a competition of, I have the biggest notebook, it's Caleb, okay? Well, maybe Elijah had 39 sheets because he used up most of the first one. I don't know. By the way, or maybe Caleb just bought a brand new notebook. That's why he has more. So now, second part. How many sheets of paper do both boys have? Now this is where we get to add everything to figure out how much they both have. Okay, so here, don't do again what Miss Severa did before when she was in 3rd grade. Do not do this. 39 plus 6. Okay, that's the lazy way. You're like not even trying because you didn't read the whole thing. You're like, oh, I see numbers. I see the word both, so I'm just going to add. No. Okay, this is a lot of level 4 thinking where we break it down, okay? That whole thing of if you're just like, oh, look, I'm just going to add 39 plus 6 equal, I'm going to add that. No, don't do that. That would not even be a level of thinking, okay? That's just laziness. Here, you're going to take, I hope you know this, I've been thinking about it, whatever Caleb has, which is 234, plus whatever Elijah has, 39, and that's what you add. Okay, now I'm not going to do that with you. You can try that on your own, and at our Zoom meeting, we will compare answers. And I'm telling you all this because in future tests, you'll need to know the 2-step parts of solving a word problem, okay? And I know it's extra work, but it's good critical thinking for your brain to get smarter. And it's useful in the future when you have multi-step problems in real life when you're at your job. Okay? So, number 3. Reduce these fractions by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2. So here's what you'll do. This time, they did not put in red, divide by 2, divide by 2. This time, you have to do it on your own. You can write it like how I did. So I wrote it out. You can do this too. You can write divided by 2, divide by 2. And what's 8 divided by 2? 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5. Okay, you can do that 4/5, or you can do it in your head, all right? So if you, for letter B, you can write it. You can do divided by 2, divided by 2, or you can do it in your head. 4 divided by 2, okay, I got it, is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. See how I did in my head? All right. You can try C on your own. You can either write it out, which is fine, or you can do it in your head, which is good critical thinking practice. Okay, and all you're doing is dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2. That's what they tell you. They give you a number. Okay. Let's go to the back. Roman numerals, more, cool. Ooh, we're learning different ones. So here we're learning about L, which is 50, C, which is 100, D, which is 500, and M is 1,000. So you don't have to so much remember this. In the back of your book, I believe there's a guide of the Roman numerals, so you can use that. And since the Super Bowl was this past weekend, I don't know if you noticed that they use Roman numerals when they numbered the Super Bowl. Now, I forgot what Super Bowl this was on Sunday. I forgot, sorry. So, but I don't know. If you notice in the past, they always use Roman numerals. All right. So here are Roman numerals by 10 and by 100. This is pretty cool. All right. So write the Arabic numbers, meaning the regular numbers that you know. C, we've seen that right here. 100. D, we see that right here. 500. Okay, so some of this you already know how to do. XC, okay, XC, they give us that? They don't. They give us X, which is 10. They give us C, which is 100. Now, oh, that's 1,000. Now remember, the little brother is not supposed to be in the front, right? The little brother has to be behind. So when the little brother is in front, the big brother says, hey, move. And he kind of subtracts. So here this would be 100, take away 10. 0, borrow, 10 take away 1 is 9. So it's 90. That's what XC is. It's 90. Let's look at CD. C is 100. I believe D is 500, as I said here. Okay, so the little brother is in front again, so they've got to subtract. Get out of the way. So it's going to be 500 take away 100, which is 400. Alrighty. L. Oh, 50. It's up there. DC. Oh, DC universe. Okay, DC. So we know that D is 500. C is 100. Oh, this is good because the big brother is in front. So if the big brother is in front, we can just simply add 500 plus 100. 600. Is that correct? Yeah, it's right here. Oh, it was already over there. I didn't really need to break it down. Okay, you want to try D and H on your own. Let's try that. And then we'll talk about it at our Zoom meeting. Even if you don't try it and you're like, Mr. Vera, I still don't get it, we'll talk about it at our Zoom meeting. So your seat work is numbers 5, 6, and 7. All right. And remember to go back to the very beginning of the video to finish number 1 on page 221. All right. Thank you so much, third graders. I hope you were able to watch the language video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I will see you soon.